Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of A Slice of Fried Gold. My name's Paddy.
I'm Ben.
If you're joining us for the first time, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, and if you're listening to us on Spotify, please do give us a 5-star review there as well. With that all being said, Ben, how the devil are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
Right, now, on to main subjects.
Well, you've got not much to say in life, Paddy?
We've got a lot to talk about today.
Oh, okay. Right, so, of course, I've been on annual leave.
Yep.
And ever since I've been on annual leave, it's been beautiful weather.
It has been indeed.
And so I'm just no complaints in life.
Yeah, fair play.
Of course, I spent 2 days repainting my shed.
Yes, you did.
Because it was getting old and everything.
Yeah, it was needed.
And I was like, you know what? I'm an independent gay who knows how to use YouTube. I can do this by myself.
Yep.
So, I went out and bought paint. Firstly, I'm never buying paint online again.
Nope.
Because I fell foul of them taking a picture of the tin, making it look nice and big.
Yep.
And then when it turned up, it was just a little 1 litre tin.
Oh, no.
Yes. So I then went to B&Q, bought more, and
Yeah.
but it was just kind of the faff. But anyway,
of course.
I spent a day, a morning, scrubbing this shed with hot soapy water.
Yeah.
And I got to a patch of mould, which just would not come off.
Right, okay.
Neighbour comes out, she's putting her washing out, and hey, how are you? Glorious day, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, usual.
Usual thing, doing the pleasantries. And then I just went, hey, what colour did he paint this shed last? And she was like, oh no, it was the wife. And I was like, okay, so firstly we're learning that wife did everything, because you've seen the house. Wife definitely decorated.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to get the feeling that wife was DIY master.
Yeah.
And he just went with it. And guess what colour she painted it?
What?
A dark green. So I've been trying to scrub this mould off. That wasn't mould.
It was old paint.
It was old paint, and I had been scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing, and I was like, why won't this mould come off? It wasn't mould, it was paint. Anyway.
Oh, no.
So finish that.
Yeah.
Go to B&Q.
Yeah.
God, your moped sounds like a lawnmower.
It does. I was well there.
Yeah, so go to B&Q, buy more paint, get back, start painting it.
Yeah.
And luckily, I started off with the big tin I bought in B&Q.
Of course.
Got through that, and I was like, right, I'm come to the end of it, I'll just top it up with the 1 litre tin that I bought online.
Yeah.
As I tipped that out into the tray, I noticed something.
What?
They're not the same colour.
Yeah.
I had bought seagrass online, and I thought I'd picked up a tin of seagrass at B&Q.
Oh.
I had not. I picked up wild thyme.
Oh, no.
I know! And this is when I realised I'm not truly an independent gay. I'm the kind of gay who pays people to do it while I go to the Canaries.
Yes.
Well, financially I'm not. But
go down to the pub.
But that's the thing. I don't have the money to do that, but I'm not good at DIY things. Trying to scrub off paint, then buy the wrong paint in.
Yeah.
So anyway, I finished it off in the wild time, and then when I asked you about buying the second tin to do the second coat, I was sitting there going, but do I get seagrass now and paint over the wild time with seagrass?
Yeah.
Or will that really screw it up? And then if I don't buy enough of the seagrass and then paint it over, I'm not going to be able to get the good the colour max again. And so I was like, no, fuck it, let's just do wild time.
Oh, okay.
And so I've settled for wild time.
Okay. He's settled for a wild time, people.
Well, when people come to my house, it is a wild time. But the bit that confuses me the most is the seagrass is supposed to be like a light greenish turquoise teal colour. And the wild thyme is supposed to be like a greyish turquoise.
Okay.
You've seen the picture.
I have.
It's kind of like a bright turquoise.
Yeah, it is.
So I don't know how long it takes for fence and shed paint to darken, but I would have thought it would have darkened by now, considering it's been, 2-3 days?
It won't darken, I guess. Eventually the sun will bleach it and it will kind of take the edge off it more, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but it won't. But as you said, it wouldn't darken. But if you look at the picture of what wild thyme should be, it's way brighter than it should.
Yeah, those pictures are never bright.
Fair.
Plus also the fact that you've done one colour, one coat, like a colour, one coat, and then a second colour, a different...
No, I had wild thyme all the way through.
Oh, okay.
I just completely...
Okay, sorry, I misheard.
When I tipped out the tin of seagrass, realised my mistake, I just washed that down the sink.
Oh, okay. Right.
The shed is wild thyme through and through.
Fair enough.
Like me, I'm a wild thyme.
You are.
But yeah, and then I went off to London.
Yeah.
Where, like, whilst it's been lovely that the weather's been glorious, of course, when you're in London, when there's no sea breeze, even in Ipswich, you still get a slight breeze from being so close to the coast.
Yeah.
But when there's no sea breeze, and then there's buildings just so close together, that heat is oppressive. And I was walking around and going, I used to live here.
Yeah, I know.
Why did I do that? But yeah, had a great time, went to theatre.
Yeah.
Saw Baby Snape all grown up.
Yeah. Are you going to? Do you want to talk? Because obviously, I've also been to see a theatre. So should we do theatre reviews as well?
Okay, sure. Very quick rundown. I went to see 2 indie plays off West End. The first one was called what was it? Dracula: A Comedy of Terrors.
Yeah.
Which is basically it's a retelling of Dracula, and also just complete side note. This is the year of Dracula because I've been to inadvertently see 3 different things Dracula related.
Oh, really?
I went and saw a comedy retelling of Dracula at the Wolsey.
Oh, yeah.
Then Nosferatu in the cinema, and now Dracula: A Comedy of Terrors in London. So
it is the theme of the year.
Theme of the year is vampires.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one's good. They make Dracula overly camp, and they've got like the most ripped blonde-haired Canadian playing him. It's just brilliant. Yeah. It was good fun. It was plus, like, thumbs up. Good. You know, if you get a chance to go to London, go see it. Especially since it's off West End, so it's really cheap tickets even to begin with. Like,
yeah, of course.
Because you know how normally I go on about like getting the tickets through the lottery system, getting them cheap. I paid for these just full price, and they were still the same price as the lottery tickets.
That's fair.
So just go for it. Just go.
And also support independent,
and support little independent theatres. I mean, this one's from it's a refurbished old chocolate factory, and to be fair, you can kind of slightly still smell it.
That's amazing.
And then the other one I went to go see was a play called Fucking Men.
Yeah. Which
is based on the French play La Ronde.
Ooh.
I don't know what La Ronde means, but I'm assuming it also means something similar of le fuck. Le fuck. That one was all right. My criticisms of that one was didn't realise set in America.
Oh, okay.
And some of the American accents by the actors were questionable.
Oh, okay.
If I was the director, I'd have been like, fuck it, just put it in the UK.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, your actors, they could do. They could do an American accent as well as Daniel Craig can.
Oh, so not very well.
Like, so they would get it every so often, but then they'd slip out of it. And I was like, just, if I was the director, I'd be like, right, we're moving it to the UK. Yeah. Especially since part of one of the scenes is based in a gay sauna, and the theatre was literally round the corner from a gay sauna. Put it in London.
Yeah.
You're literally perfect location to link it all together.
Yeah, very true.
And then my other criticism was actually about the play itself.
Oh, okay.
It was quite cynical and pessimistic on outlook of gay relationships.
Right.
It was basically, the message of the play was, if you're gay, you cannot be monogamous because 1, men are horny fuckabouts, and 2, because we don't prescribe to the heteronormative society, it is our duty to not be in monogamous relationships, which I just found really cynical and depressing.
Well, yeah, that is a tad.
Yeah, you know, but I did like the concept because what it was is each scene was just 2 people. So it was like the first scene was guy A and guy B, then the second scene was guy B and guy C, then third scene was guy C and guy D.
Okay.
To the point until the very final scene was like guy F and guy A. So it like all came full circle.
Right. Okay.
I liked that concept and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very cynical and it just felt very sort of, pessimistic. But acting was good apart from the accents, and they got their tops off pretty much every other second. So we're all good.
Entertainment for Ben.
Entertainment for the whole fucking theatre. It was like literally 99% gay men, a couple of women, and then a couple.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, why would you bring your boyfriend to see this? But then I think maybe the boyfriend might have been bi, because there was a moment where one of them got his shirt off and he like sat up straighter and was like craning his head around the guy sitting in front of him. So I was like, oh, maybe he's bi.
Maybe.
And his girlfriend's just supporting him.
Maybe.
Or maybe she was just a fag hag. I don't know.
Could have been.
I didn't ask.
You should have been.
They looked like 1920. I didn't want to be that 30-year-old lecherous person.
Yeah. Okay. What are you doing at Gay Pay?
Yeah. But oh my god, talking about lecturers, there were some wrong-uns in that audience.
Oh really?
Like, you know that scene in have you watched She's the Man?
Oh, of course.
You know that scene where she's volunteering to do the kissing booth?
Yeah.
And the person she takes over from is like, oh, beware the guy chewing gum, it's not gum.
Yeah.
That kind of person.
Oh, okay.
Like, they walked into the atrium and I was like, oh, you're a wrong-un. You're going to be out the back wanking off, aren't you?
Oh, no.
I don't think they did,
Yeah.
but just the
Like
look
they
of
gave
them.
the vibe.
They gave that vibe of, you're just here to perv. You're not here to be supporting the theatre or interested in the story. You're just here to perv.
Lovely.
Yeah. So, that was my theatre experience. Paddy, how have you been?
I've been good. Obviously, for everybody, it's only been a week. But for us, it's been a couple of weeks because me and my missus, we went up to Manchester and we went to go see A Knight's Tale, a brand new musical adapted from the movie of the same name.
A jukebox musical?
It is a jukebox musical. However, that does not detract from how fucking amazing that play was, and the musical was.
Yeah.
The direction, the acting, the comedy, the every song that was used wasn't just like, because sometimes you can tell with like jukebox musicals, they do just pick a song because it's a popular song.
Yeah.
Every song that they used worked within that scene, and it,
which is what you'd hope they would do.
Yeah, exactly. And it contributed to the story. It was very, very good. The costume design was very good. It was very clever how they did the jousting and things like that. Like, acting was phenomenal. You know, jokes always hit. It was very, very good. I mean, we went on a matinee on like a Thursday.
Yeah.
And literally, and this was like Manchester Opera House, so it was like quite a big place. Full standing ovation, you know. It was really, really well received. It's looking like it's going to maybe get down to London because it looks like it's going to get, enough traction and everything to move down. And if it does, I'd definitely go again and watch it. It was just really good time. I highly recommend anybody going to go see it if you can. And again, like one of them things, like it's obviously a new play on the block. It needs supporting. It needs people, bums in seats, things like that. So if you can, definitely go do it. And if it does get to London, definitely go and recommend to go watch it there as well.
And if you're listening to this and you go, oh, I'd love to go, but I've got no one to go with. I went to the theatre by myself. Go to the theatre. Just go to the theatre.
It's no different to going to the cinema by yourself.
Yeah.
Going to places like that and watching something entertaining and having a good day out by yourself is acceptable.
The first initial time, it's going to feel hella weird.
Oh, yeah.
But the more you do it, the more you'll get used to it until you don't even think about it. Like, I was chatting to someone on Grindr and I was like, oh, I haven't been to the theatre. Oh, what have you been seeing? I was like, oh, this and this. I really want to go, but I've not got anyone to see it with. And I was like, well, firstly, just go by yourself. And secondly, now that you've I don't have anyone to go with, it's now sold out until it's end of the run, so you missed your fucking chance.
Yeah, exactly.
Wah, wah.
Your fault.
Your fault. Just go. Anyway, back to you.
Yeah. No, but I agree. Just because you don't have anybody to go with. If it's something that you're actually passionate about and something you really want to go and see, then just do it. These plays, and it's the same with movies and everything else. Don't just wait for streaming. Go and support the cinemas. Go and support the theatres because it helps. Just
keep them alive.
If everybody went, oh, okay, well, I'll give it a go. That's hundreds more people that will go and do it and see it. And that's what these businesses and these theatres and cinemas and everything need. But yeah, it was entertaining. Costume design, acting, everything. Great. Just really, really good. And definitely I'm going to go see it again.
Fair enough.
Worth it. Definitely worth it.
Side note,
yes.
I can't see any blinking lights. Is the camera still working? Can you see?
I have been checking.
Okay, cool. I can't see any blinking lights.
Okay.
Too bright.
Yeah, I know. I have been keeping an eye on it.
Okay, cool.
We have technical difficulties when we're filming in the daylight, people, so we have to keep an eye on it. Otherwise, all you do is just get a picture for about 20 minutes when we realise that it's not been recorded.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of, work's been work. I've worked a hell of a lot over like bank holiday and everything, so it was nice to have a nice little break and a jaunt away and do that.
And you get another bank holiday next weekend. Woo!
And then a couple of weeks we get another one. Woo! Great. Fucking in May.
Anyway,
so should we talk movies?
Is there something else you wanted to talk before movies, or was that...
No?
Okay.
I got nothing.
Okay. Well, you said, we've got a lot to cover, so I didn't realise if there was anything more.
Well, you had 2 plays. So
Right, yeah, fair enough. Let's do movies, and I shall go first.
Yes.
Because, of course, I've been to the cinema without you.
I, too, went without you, Ben. Because you traitor, you left me.
What did you see?
Sinners.
Oh, so, right, okay.
So we can talk about it.
Oh, okay. I thought I was going to talk about it myself.
Nope, we shall discuss. Ben.
Okay. Shall I go first?
You can go first.
I hated it. It was stupid. Right, this is the first thing I said when I came out of the cinema to The American and the Spaniard.
Yeah.
Was, you know how in most films, the main characters get the idea, and then you have a montage of them recruiting everyone. This film films the recruitment. They've already had the idea, and you get to watch an hour and a half of them recruiting people.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was so fucking boring.
Yeah, it was.
Like, why are we watching you go around and recruit people? You don't care.
Yeah.
Montage. I get, so then when, of course, the evil people start attacking, you're more attached to them. I wasn't.
There's a difference between world building and character development.
Yes.
And that was just too much.
Yes. I fell asleep.
I had to leave and go for a pee.
Oh, wow.
But the problem was, because I was so bored for the first 2 hours, I ended up having to go when it was actually quite entertaining.
When you finally got the evil bits.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm trying to remember what the trailer gave away.
I think it does give it away.
Okay. No, because it doesn't. Because
certain trailers do.
From what I remember, the trailer basically sets it up as there's these people who can, use music to bring ancestors back to our world, but sometimes evil things come through.
Yeah.
That's what I got from the trailer.
Yeah.
That's not what the film is.
No.
The film is completely different and I'm actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to spoil it because I don't care.
I'm sure it's well established online what it is anyway.
Some music people have the ability to bring ancestors back, but they don't interact, they don't care, they're just there chilling, having a good time. What the actual fucking crux of the film is vampires want to catch these people so they can bring their loved ones back because they miss them because they've been alive for so long.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did vampires come from?
I know, it was a bit of a weird... I think it was so bizarre. I thought it was going to be a vampire horror film throughout the whole thing.
Yeah. But I thought the music person was basically going to, be playing music and accidentally summon the vampire.
Yeah. I thought the same.
Not that he's playing music, the ancestors come, they have a good old little jive.
Yeah.
And then the vampires just...
That scene was really cool.
It was decent.
I really enjoyed that scene. I thought it was very clever.
And then, but no, it's just that the vampires hear him playing music and they're like, we want you.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a little bit. And then when you think it was about to end, it then finished a different story.
Yeah.
It was two different stories. Well, 2 separate stories just in one film. Mm-hmm. Because that then threw me that he carried on going. And I was just like, I'm so glad I went for a pee because I don't think I would have made it otherwise.
Yeah. No, I was thoroughly unimpressed.
Yeah, I must admit it was a bit disappointing. I just did not expect it to be that movie. I was expecting it to be something completely different. There were aspects and there was shots and scenes and parts of the movie that I really enjoyed, but it detracts from what was the first hour and a bit of bollocks.
Yes.
And for a 2 hour and 20 minute movie, and I could normally hold my bladder for 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yes.
But the fact that I couldn't because I was so bored for the first hour, I had to leave and go pee. So it was just frustrating.
Did you go by yourself or?
Yeah, I went on. I finished work early on Wednesday, so I literally managed to get home, change, and then go to the cinema and catch.
I was about to ask what your missus thought of it.
I told her not to come.
All right.
Because we could have gone in the evening. But I said, don't worry about coming because it's a vampire horror film, and I know you don't like horror films.
Yeah.
So I said, don't bother. If I knew it was going to be like that, she'd have come.
What, boring?
Yeah, she wouldn't. Yeah, but there wasn't scary bits. There was a couple of jump scares that even made me jump.
Yeah.
But even then, I wouldn't have said it wasn't, something like a Saw movie, or something like that, or Talk to Me, or something like that. It wasn't, The Ring or The Grudge or something. It wasn't like that at all. It was very much a character study and then it had like a horror aspect, and then it was the end of the character study. It was just this random bit in between. It was just like, we need something to sell this movie. Oh, I know, vampires.
Yeah.
You know, like they always sell. Bosh.
Yeah.
So yeah, it wasn't great. It's done a lot of money, but I don't get it.
No.
Right, so should we talk the next movie that we've just been to see?
Yes.
So we've just been to see Thunderbolts, Asterix.
Yeah.
I shall go first. I found this movie entertaining. Florence Pugh. And
don't worry, we both had eye candy in this film.
We did. I did enjoy this movie.
They fixed the potholes. Carry on.
I know they've been shutting the road out overnight, so we've actually been quite lucky that we didn't meet last week.
Yeah,
otherwise, we would have had to go on A12.
Ugh.
Exactly. I thought it was a good film. I do think it's one of the stronger Marvel movies that we've had recently. Mm-hmm. It was
not hard.
Not hard. Exactly. It was a bit below bar. I enjoyed it. I liked the fact that it wasn't necessarily. I don't want to give away too much because literally it's only been out a day by the time of recording this. So I feel like the ending was very different to what a normal Marvel movie would be. And that aspect I enjoyed. I thought the jokes were good. David Harbour, always funny. Everybody in there played their role well. Apart from...
Don't ruin it!
Yeah. I thought it was very good. It was interesting to get the Sentry character brought into the MCU and things like that. I'm down for it. I thought it was good. I do think it's more kind of a filler movie to then get us to the next batch of Avengers movies.
Yes.
And the Fantastic Four movie later this year. So it felt a little bit fillery, but I felt overall it was a good story.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, Ben?
So, of course, I reviewed Captain America Brave New World as a major course correction film.
Yes.
This film felt also slightly like a course correction. Maybe less so because Captain America Brave New World had already sort of set it. This kind of like just reaffirmed the course correction. But because it's just there to reaffirm the course correction that Captain America Brave New World set down, it did feel quite fillery.
Yeah.
Well acted by all parts. Yeah. Well executed. Yeah, I can't. It's fine. It's actually yes, it's one of the stronger Marvel films we've recently had, but because the bar was so fucking low.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if this came out at the time of like the original Iron Mans and the original Captain America, people would have shat on this film.
Yeah.
But because everyone's just so desperate for decent content, everyone's like, actually, this one's not that bad. And it's like, but no. I feel like Marvel are, I don't want to say in a good place,
but they're on a steady place. I feel I feel like the trajectory's getting there.
Well, don't know how much we want to divulge from the review of the film, other than it's fine. Yeah. But from a video I saw online, I know just watching a video on YouTube is not going to be, completely, rock solid. But supposedly, because Marvel are not in a good place, or haven't been in a good place for a while, a lot of celebrities are turning down offers.
Oh, really?
One of the biggest names to recently come out that's turned down an offer was Jacob Elordi.
Oh, really?
The guy from Saltburn.
Yeah.
He turned it down. Was he in Euphoria?
He was.
Right, okay. Because I saw he's like Jacob Elordi, and a star from Euphoria, and I didn't know if they were the same person or a different. But he's turned down working with Marvel. He doesn't want to know. He basically says superhero films are done. And is Marvel going to get themselves back to a good place just to basically be let down from the lack of celebrities who want to do it?
Well, it's funny, really, that you should say that because I don't know if you saw. I think it either came out this morning or like yesterday or something. But Jeremy Renner was talking on a podcast about the second season of Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And because obviously he had his accident and things like that, they apparently then offered him half the amount of money for that because they were like, well, we're just going to have to kind of, if we want our story to carry on the way it needs to carry on, we're going to have to
basically bench you.
Yeah, bench you. And if whenever you're in it, you're going to have to even be like CGI'd and things like that. You can't be doing fight scenes like you did. You can't be running and jumping. So we're going to have to employ somebody else to do bits for you. So he turned it down. He says, I love the character, but the way they're taking things at the moment, he said, it's very much penny pinchers and things like that are now running how they operate.
Well, they have to after they've lost how much money?
Millions.
And not just Marvel, but Disney on a whole.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
well, that we can blame Rachel for that.
No, because the Marvels film starring Brie Larson and blah blah blah
awful.
Flopped so bad. It's top 3 for the biggest flops of all time.
Yeah, I know.
The reports for 2024 films officially got published a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I saw.
And the Marvels is one of the top 3 biggest flops of all time.
I know. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
You would have just thought that. I have a feeling that if I feel like how they're going with like Avengers, Doomsday, and then Secret Wars and everything. I wonder if they might try and leave it on some form of ending that if they need to, they will leave it.
Mm-hmm.
And potentially maybe just end it, give it a few years, and maybe do a fresh reboot and start again completely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's how they go.
Yeah. I completely agree. Because, it's not like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man wasn't the first ever Spider-Man film. Or was it?
Sam Raimi's one was. It was then Andrew Garfield's.
No, but what? Not the first ever Spider-Man film, but they're not the first ever superhero film. But Sam Raimi's Spider-Man was sort of like the start of the modern superhero film.
Yeah.
Because you had all the Christopher Reeves Supermans, and it's where you probably had others that I can't think of.
Yeah.
Was it Schwarzenegger's Conan? That's technically a comic book film, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, Blade basically saved Marvel back in the day. They were so bad they basically put all their eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
Blade was either going to make or break them, and it actually made them. It saved Marvel Studios and things like that.
Yeah.
So,
So I feel like I agree with you. I feel if they're penny pinching, or are they penny pinching because they've had to pay Robert Downey Jr. so much to come back?
Well, yeah. But again, is that them putting all the eggs in one basket and hoping that they will...
Avengers will put bums in seats.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. will put bums in seats.
Yeah,
Avengers, Doomsday and whatever is going to do well.
Yeah.
They just have to do it well enough that people come back for the next film if they want to continue.
I mean, that's why they got the Russo brothers to come back.
But as I say, with celebrities supposedly starting to turn it all down because superhero films are done, I think they'd be better off giving it 10 years.
Yeah. I don't think they give it that long because obviously the Disney parks with the Avengers areas and bits like that.
They're always going to do well.
Yeah, but then if they're going to reboot, then they're going to have to redo them bits, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. They can leave them as is for 10 years, and then when they come to do the reboot, that's when they refresh it.
Yeah, maybe.
But
so I think it's difficult. I think they're probably thinking the same thing. It's like, what do we do? It's like a damned if we do, a damned if we don't situation.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting, but because obviously, what are we, May? So June, July, obviously Fantastic Four comes out.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be an interesting one to see how that does and how that's received.
I was excited until the director started going out doing press tours.
Oh, right.
What
did the director do?
The director said comments of things like, because it looked like just it looked like a Fantastic Four film. They're going to use it to sort of, like the Captain America, course correct.
Yeah.
But then the directors come out and then started talking about how Johnny Storm was originally a ladies' man, and we're way past that in our society, and how the original Sue Storm was just a map for people to walk over, and it's about finding her place in the society. And so now I'm like, they've managed to hide it in the trailers and everything, but I feel like it's going to be slightly political. if the director's coming out and saying things like that,
yeah,
it makes me worried that there is going to be politics in it.
But don't they do that with all these modern movies now? It's all very much like...
Yeah, but
not
look at the backlash.
Yeah,
look at the backlash.
I agree. I don't disagree, but what are they going to do? They're going to have to sort something out.
For me, and this is a hill I will happily die on, movies are about escapism. Or majority of movies are about escapism.
Yeah, yeah.
People want to go to the cinemas and forget about their troubles in life. They don't want to go to the cinemas and be reminded about the troubles in their life.
Yeah.
And, okay, yes, some films... But this is the thing, back in the 70s and 80s, 99% of the films were about escapism, and then 1% of the films were like, but think about this political thing, and think about this political thing. We've now flipped, and so it's like 90% of the films are, well, think about this society thing, and think about this political thing, and blah, blah, blah. And then only 1% are the, let's go fucking race dragons.
Yeah.
And it's like, the cinema, the theatre, all those kind of things is about escapism. Yes, you can put lessons in it and everything, but to make that your forefront,
yeah, that's the issue.
That's the issue, and this is where we're having the backlash. Case in point, of course, there's been backlash for the live-action How to Train Your Dragon, with them casting a black or mixed-race girl as Astrid. When that happened, when they announced the casting, and everyone was like, oh, she's not white, they could have easily come forward and gone, you know what, we're not trying to be accurate to the original films. We auditioned thousands of girls, and she was the best one.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with her race. It's purely down to she was the best one.
Yeah. And I'm not being funny. There's fucking dragons in the film. It's like, just because she's a Viking doesn't mean...
But like... in the same vein, because this is the thing, if they just come back through and going, look, this isn't another reimagining. We're not trying to be faithful to the original film. Whereas the Harry Potter TV series, they said when they announced it, this is going to be a more faithful adaptation than the films. So if you put that line down, you need to follow it. So, like, whilst I'm like, I don't care about Astrid's casting because they're not trying to be faithful to the original film. Because the new TV series of Harry Potter is trying to be faithful to the books, I have an issue with Snape.
Yeah.
If you're going to put that line of, we are going to be faithful, fucking stick to it.
Yeah. Don't pick and choose.
Don't pick and choose. If this is a reimagining, fine, do what you want.
Yeah.
Make Dumbledore a woman, a lesbian woman. Fine, don't care. It's a reimagining. But this is not a reimagining. This is a faithful adaptation. And it's like, sorry, this is what my dissertation at uni was on, people. So, very passionate.
Ben has feelings about this.
I did a whole fucking half a year at uni about this shit.
Yeah.
I've got books still at home that haunt me on my bookcase because no one wanted to buy them on eBay.
There's a reason.
There's a reason. But yeah, if you're setting out to do a faithful adaptation, fucking stick to it. If you're doing a reimagining, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Simple as. Final thoughts. Go to the theatre. Support theatre.
Theatres. Do it.
And if
go by yourself.
Go by yourself. No one cares.
Nobody cares.
You're not supposed to talk anyway during it.
Yeah, exactly.
And especially if you go by yourself, there's probably going to be a single seat next to you. That'll be someone by themselves. Start chatting to them.
Yeah. You're like, hello, how are you? See how it goes down. Sinners?
Fucking shit.
It was a big disappointment.
I fell asleep and you walked out to go pee.
Yeah. Exactly. It says it. It says it all.
Yeah. And the Thunderbolts. Good film.
Yeah, it was a good film. But then the bar's been so low that, if it was going to be shit, then it was going to be really fucking bad.
It could have been a monkey playing with himself for 2 hours, and I think we would have...
Ben would have been happy.
Not a monkey. Do you think I'm into bestiality? Ew.
I'm not going to.
No, exactly.
And then life. Paint your shed. Make sure you got the right paint. It's fucking, that's baby steps, that is.
If this is what I'm like painting a fucking shed...
Oh, God knows what's going to happen when this comes to your house.
It's going to be a fucking shit show.
We have to really help you out.
No, I'm independent gay, who's also stubborn.
Yeah, I know. Can't wait. But with that being said, have you seen this week's movies? Have you... give us your thoughts down below. You can email us at sliceofriedgodpod@gmail.com. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, and if you listen to us on Spotify, give us a 5-star review there. That being said, we'll see you next week. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.